Yeah, everybody, JoJo here in New York City. Yes, it's February 15th, 2017. This is an introduction to my podcast, which I'll be broadcasting about once a week, possibly more if it goes well. I've got lots of great guests and interviews lined up, including longtime former Chicago keyboard player vocalist Bill Champlin, as well as his son, finalist on The Voice, Will Champlin. Yeah, and I have many others lined up. Jason Peterson-Delaire of Michael Bolton's band, and many local artists. The premise of the show is going to be to introduce artists to other artists for inspiration and networking. Yes, and I'm going to introduce myself. My name is JoJo Leone. I was a drummer for many years in New York City, until I discovered I could sing, and I started getting a lot of gigs as a vocalist, and I switched over to percussion for a while. Started getting a lot of really cool gigs with major artists, casino shows, touring hotel circuit bands. I play 5 instruments and sing, and some of them even well. But today's my introduction to myself, and I'm going to play some music from a few CDs that I had, mostly covers, some songs written by friends. Most consider me in the blue-eyed soul rock genre, but I've had an extensive career in the R&B world. So right now I'm going to introduce you to one of the songs off my 2004 CD, which is from one of my favorite singers, Kenny Loggins, Heart to Heart, right here.
Chance to touch each other's arms.
start? It's hard to hide. Are you so torn apart? Need a little loving in my heart. People say that love will grow. How was I to know? Love you gave for years and years can't find your way back home anymore. Darling, tell me the truth. Don't turn away. This is our last chance to touch each other's heart. Does anything last forever? I don't know. Maybe we're near the end. Oh, darling, oh. Can we go on together? Now that we've grown apart, it's the only way to start. It's hard to hold when it's last forever. I don't know. Maybe we're near the end. Darling, no. Can we go on together? Now that we've grown apart, it's the only way to start. It's hard to Oh, yeah, that's Heart to Heart from my 2004 CD entitled Renditions. A bunch of covers and a couple of other tunes written by friends. Sequencing on that song was Tommy Cameron, a great guitar player, vocalist from Las Vegas. He has the house gig at Toby Keith's bar at Harrah's Casino. Go check him out there. And on background vocals, it's myself and George Blue Eagle Jackson, a great singing drummer from the Atlantic City area, Philadelphia. And myself on lead guitar on that song. One of my favorite genres of music is definitely the blue-eyed soul radio stuff of the 70s and 80s. Groups like Ambrosia, Kenny Loggins, Michael McDonald, Hall & Oates, anybody from that genre, pretty much radio, pop, soul, and also a lot of the old soul singers. Of course, not to sound cliche, but Otis Redding, Stevie Wonder, of course, Donny Hathaway, the usual suspects. And this next song is actually a cover I did with an R&B band that I played with on the hotel circuit. The name of the band was Sunshine with a Y. And this is a song by Cisco. And this is my rendition of this song, which is entitled Incomplete. Should Oh, yeah, that's something called Incomplete from my 2004 CD renditions. I spoke a little earlier about Bill and Will Champlin, father and son. Bill, of course, the longtime keyboard player, lead vocalist from the group Chicago, sang lead on such popular Chicago tunes as Hard Habit to Break and, of course, Look Away. He agreed, and Will agreed, to come on my podcast, and that's going to happen in the very near future. And speaking of Will, he was my Will Champlin, the son, was my duo partner in Palm Springs. We had a prestigious gig at the Riviera Hotel in downtown Palm Springs for a year. And I had met Bill previously through a great friend of mine named Jerry Lopez, who played guitar in Bill Champlin's solo band. Jerry, another great musician, one of my favorite singers probably that ever lived. And Will and I did a lot of Blue Eyed Soul stuff in that duo. And here is something that we did in that duo right here. It's something from Ambrosia called How Much I Feel. This whole business started of you thinking that I have been untrue, but if you think that we be bitter parted, it's gonna hurt me, but I'll break away from you. yeah, that's something right there from Ambrosia. And that was a song that was on the radio when I was a kid. My humble beginnings started in Brooklyn, New York. As early as I could remember, my sister had a huge record collection, stuff like Michael Jackson, Diana Ross, and Marvin Gaye. And I would stand in the mirror and make believe I was the Jackson 5 and watch that cartoon they had on, Jackson's cartoon. That was great. Of course, there was the DeFranco family and the Osmond Brothers and the Beatles and all the stuff I listened to growing up. But mostly AM radio growing up in Brooklyn. Like everyone else, I had this little transistor radio, and my friend Joe Delara and I would sit in his backyard and fix people's bicycles and have this radio on. And I could remember hearing all these great songs, these great groups, and they were so soulful. And I remember, and we used to play Beatles. Other kids were outside playing sports, and I had a friend named Joe Delara, a very good friend, and Vinnie Gallo and Richie DiDio, and we used to make believe we were the Beatles. And we had a little nightclub in my garage with drums that my dad bought me, I believe, from Woolworths or some of the equipment was from Times Square. They had those cheesy music stores, and he had some friends over there. And I was banging on pots and pans, so he decided to buy me a drum kit. And they didn't have one color, so I think my tom-tom was silver sparkle, my floor tom was red sparkle, and my bass drum was blue sparkle, so it was like a red, white, and blue kit. The name escapes me. It was like one of those off-brands. And then when I was 5 years old, I went to an Italian Catholic church feast, and I hit there was a wheel, and you hit on the wheel your number and the star, and you win the top shelf prize. And there was a choice of a bike and a guitar. And I fought with my grandmother, screaming and yelling in the middle of this feast that I want that guitar, and she was not having it. Finally, she gave in. I guess my crying was enough to persuade her. But I got that guitar, and I didn't look back. And I had some neighbors that had a little group that lived next door to us, and I would go over to their apartment and play the drums and play the guitar at a really, really super young age. And then, actually, I remember my grandfather was a ragtime piano player on the boardwalk in Coney Island during the 50s, so I used to go to music stores with him and watch him play, and then I go to block parties just to see the bands. All the blocks in the neighborhood had block parties at that time, which hardly exist anymore. And those were like my local heroes, and it went on from there. And then as we moved a few blocks away from where I grew up, I had a band we used to play on top of the garages. There was a set of garages under me, and it was an entranceway from a lot of people in the neighborhood remember this. There was an entranceway from my dad's and mom's bedroom to the patio, which was actually the top of the garages. As long as I could remember, most of the time, except for once. We always lived above a store, except for the early years. And so we used to play out there, and the songs at that time were more progressive rock. And most of my friends know that my favorite progressive rock band was Kansas. I absolutely was a Kansas freak, and for good reason. One of the best classic rock bands ever. And this is my rendition, unrelated to my CD. Something I recorded in the last few years. This is Dust in the Wind, my version of Dust in the Wind. I close my eyes only for a moment, and the moment's gone. All my dreams pass before my eyes of curiosity. Dust in the wind. All we are is dust in the wind. Same old song, just a drop of water in an endless sea. All we crumbles to the ground that we refuse to see. Dust in the wind. All we are is dust in the wind. Don't hang on. Nothing lasts forever but the earth and sky. It slips away. All your money won't another minute buy. Dust in the wind. All we are is dust in the wind. Everything is dust in the wind. All we are is dust in the wind. Something from the rock group Kansas, my rendition of Dust in the Wind. Yes, I love Kansas. I love many of those arena rock bands. My first concert was Foreigner and Nick Gilder at Madison Square Garden, like 1978. Their first tour, 78 or 79. I actually just pulled up a ticket stub for it. Also, actually, my real first concert was in Miami Beach. I saw Little Anthony and the Imperials in a restaurant with my mom. I must have been all of 7 or 8 years old. And so that was my really official first concert. But Foreigner, as far as big concerts go, Madison Square Garden with Nick Gilder, their first American tour. Anyway, over the years, I've been discovering a lot of great new artists and just guys who are not in the mainstream, just incredible musicians, singers, the most soulful guys. And I've spoke of some of them before with friends and turned friends on to these people. And some of them are going to be guests on the show. And one of the guys that I love is someone named Mark Broussard. And a few years ago, I added this to my old CD because I just thought it was worthy. Here's something from my CD renditions, more recently added. This is called Evil Things by Mark Broussard. When you get a chance, check him out. Try to understand. I can remember who I am, the evil things that I've done wash away in the warmth of your sun, the broken man that you see not me, just a shadow of where I used to be. Took it for granted and I had to pay the price. I lost you once, but I won't lose you twice. You try to hold me, I cannot sit still. Baby, I love you and I always will. The evil things that I've done wash away in the warmth of your sun. The broken man that you see is not me, just a shadow of where I'll be. Wonderful, I'll be everything. There's a miracle in this melody, this song I sing. You'll be beautiful, endless, everything. There's a miracle, this memory, in this song's for you. The evil things that I've done wash away in the warmth of your sun. The broken man that you see is not me, just a shadow. That's my rendition of a great song, Mark Broussard's Evil Things, off my rendition CD, which is available. I'll let you know how you can get it. Now I'm going to go up to about, 1980 something. I was watching the Arsenio Hall show, and this band came on, and I was just floored. It was like the Eagles on steroids. The band was called Venice. Three brothers, the Lennon brothers. Amazing vocalists, harmonies that were tight as a snail's butt. It was just the most incredible thing. Great musicians, great songwriters. Over the years, I've known people that have played with them. And here's my rendition of one of their tunes. This is Push Her Too Far. Somebody told me, hey boy, beware, 'cause one day she'll wise up, she won't be there. Pray to know in my own way. I was headstrong and selfish, stuck in my way, but I try hard to take it. Don't you try to fake it. Am I gonna make it alone? Maybe you pushed her too far. I guess I did. Show her how sorry you are. If I could only find her and tell her I was in the wrong. Couldn't you see? Just look at me. I waited too long, but I wouldn't give That is my version of Push Her Too Far by Venice. I absolutely love that song. That is my dear friend on piano, Anthony Patler, currently with Dave Mason. Also spent 13 years as Chaka Khan's musical director. And I believe he was also with Wham and Rick Astley and a bunch of other people. Regardless. Anyway, as we come to a close, got a few more songs to play. I hope you follow my podcast. Like I said, this is just an introduction to me. And just to let you know who I am and what I've done. But this is going to be about bringing musicians together who haven't heard of each other or haven't had the chance to cross paths. All whom I've brushed coats with over the years in my travels, and who I love and admire, and who have influenced me greatly. And and some of them you'll grow to love, as I did very quickly, because they're extremely talented individuals. There are going to be people from Las Vegas, Los Angeles, some of my travels through Virginia and Florida, and just really great, pure music. As everyone knows, I don't like too much that's on the radio, and I don't know, to me, how it's even getting any kind of play, but it is, and I guess there's nothing we could do about that. It's going to keep going. Anyway, here is something from Raul Midon. This is another one with Anthony Patler on piano. This is called Expressions of Love. Another great tune. And check out Raul if you can. This is my rendition of his song, Expressions of Love.
How would it be if you and me through our love could improve the world? How would it be if we would see with our hearts? It would be a sweet expression of love. Someone that they found a friend. How does it feel when someone whispers your name? It feels like a sweet expression of love. Expressions of love can't deny. Expressions of love can't deny, even when we're saying goodbye. And just when it feels like the love's at an end, it comes back again like the sun and spring. That's the weight of everything. Here's to hoping time.
Expressions of Love, originally done by Raul Midon. That's from my CD renditions. Here's a song written by another great artist, and I added my stuff to it, and kind of collaboration. And this is, I believe this is Tony Patler on piano as well. I'm going to close things out right now. This is a song called True Friends, and I'll be fading it out at the end. And this is for my friends, and we'll have my first podcast interview coming up within the next week. Look out for that. Much love to everybody from New York City. JoJo checking out.
This is something that I must do, because I realize it's about time I let them know what I think of them, and I hope I can find